Welcome to Adventures Found. Join me and three friends as we head to West Virginia, to the Cranberry Wilderness area for a bit of trout fishing. The 48,000 acres of the Cranberry Wilderness is off limits to motorized vehicles, so our mode of transportation will be via mules. Our outfitter and new friend Rick Green of the Cranberry Adventures was very informative on where to fish and what to look for as we travel about the Cranberry. Mr. Rick Green offers various packages through his business, Cranberry Adventures, including this big old tent here, offering space for 12 campers, 12 adventures, complete with bed and cooking facilities. And you're right on the river. All you have to bring is yourself and some fishing gear and some food. But for our adventure, we decided to take the more, do-it-yourself route. Rick delivered us to a shelter provided by the Forest Service, and there are several of these shelters placed along the Cranberry River road, free of charge, with a dry roof, tables, and a fire grate for cooking. Headed to the river. You guys coming? Headed to the river, find a little trout, take a little fly to the river. Cranberry River. We're about 8 miles from the Cranberry campground. Summertime. Most of the fly fishermen, trout fishermen have kind of fell off, because with the drier weather and less water and such, and there's no stocking going on here in West Virginia this time of year. And the fishermen do other things in the summer, mow grass and stuff, but not us, diehards, I guess. So we're sneaking up on the river right now. We'll turn camera around, let you guys have a look, and I think you'll really like what you're going to see. We have a father and son team here with us today on our trip. Richie and Nate. Richie's a good buddy of mine, and we work a day job together. And they are learning the sport of fly fishing. And they're learning some casting skills, learning that they're not using a spinning reel or spin casting outfit Takes a little practice. But if I can do it, you can do it. It's fun watching these guys try it for the first time. Not funny. Fun. I love the sport of fly fishing. I love to share the sport of fly fishing. I encourage others to give it a try. It has this image of fly fishing for the rich or the snobby guys. Pinkies up, casting a look. That's not the case whatsoever. It's a very affordable sport. You can spend a lot of money, but it's like any other sport or hobby. You spend lots of money doing it, but you don't have to. You can buy decent gear for $100 and get at it and participate. And it's great watching the father-son go out here. Casting a fly line is not a real hard thing to do, and you can pick it up fairly quickly. You can watch videos on how to do it, or read books. But a way to get a head start is have somebody help you that's spent a little time casting and straighten out that learning curve. Little John, Little John. If you look closely, you can see some insects flying about. No, those are not outhouse angels. Those are white striped black moths, and they were also all over our shelter when we arrived. The ride in this morning was fun, interesting. Mr. Rick and his assistant and our two mule buddies delivered us some good order. And got a little history lesson of the wilderness area as we came back in here. Talked about how such a small world it is. We drive 5 hours and meet our guide, and turns our guide has family that lives up our neck of the woods back in Ohio. But anyhow, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Looking forward to this evening. A little stargazing after those steaks on the grill. You must be hungry. I keep bringing up the steaks on the grill. We're walking up here a little ways and see if we can find a few more deeper holes in the river, holding a few more trout. I think we'll be successful with that. Then in the morning, our plan is to get a little breakfast, throw our day packs together with a lunch, some drinks, and maneuver up 3 or 4 miles up this road and find where the North Fork and the South Fork confluence is of the Cranberry. Should be a good little exploration. So we'll see what we can find up here. We took this little walk up the river here looking for tomorrow's fishing spots, and in doing so we found a turnaround point And at the same time, we noticed the sky was getting heavy. Now, there's no more rain in the forecast today for this part of West Virginia. But the mountains do create a little bit of their own weather. So the wood we split at camp so it could air out for a few hours at least. So when it comes supper time, we could get a good fire going. Good cooking fire down to coals. But anyhow, so the guys were fishing just for a couple minutes, and I made the decision to make our way back to camp, gather our hopefully a little drier wood now, throw it in our shelter, cover it with a tarp. It's fun walking out here. Your senses become so tuned in. As soon as you arrive at an out-of-way place, first couple hours you're decompressing from society, I guess. Sounds a little corny, but that's how I feel. The vibe I get. And the longer you're out here, the better you start to acclimate. You notice more things, smell more things, hear things. What was that? Of course, with some of the young man with us suggesting what he's hearing are Bigfoot, troubled bears, escaped convicts. He should sleep well. We'll get this firewood in. Yeah, so we didn't beat the storm. Well, we did beat the storm back, but it's chasing us in here now. This wasn't on the forecast. Yeah, here comes that. Hi, Bobby! Hey. Come on in. Nathan, could you go hold a tarp over that fire for us?
Yeah, sure. Somebody dropped a map or something.
Yeah, probably. We don't need a map. Who needs a map?
Yeah. Who needs sunshine?
No.
Yeah.
Well, we've come to find adventure, and we've found some. We packed a tent along for the trip in case the shelters were taken. I'm glad the shelters were open. Although the downpour of rain temporarily doused our campfire, with a little effort, we had it going once again, and supper was ready. Good morning. The Lord sure blessed us with a beautiful morning this morning. Had a pretty good night. And it gets dark here in the mountains of West Virginia. It gets dark. No radiant lights from town. Good sleep on the cot in the old wooden shelter provided by the Forest Service. A little cup of coffee this morning. I see a few bugs rising on the water. So the trout will be feeding here shortly. We're going to hike up the river for a few miles and then fish our way back. Do a little streamside lunch while we're at it. The sound of the water never gets old. Never. Well, the Lord give us another day. Give me another day here. And we'll take advantage of it. While Richie was taking a break in the outhouse, his son Nate was polishing his casting skills. He was getting better. He was getting better, and soon I knew he'd be on a trout. With patience. And meanwhile, upriver, Big Bob had spotted a few trout hiding in a shaded hole. And after a few casts, he showed why he's becoming quite the fly fisherman. Very strong. Beautiful fish. The graveled lane that flanks the Cranberry River through the Cranberry Wilderness was once a railroad bed, primarily used for logging. Hundreds of people used to live up through the river area. There are no fast food joints in the middle of the Cranberry Wilderness, so dinner was on our own accord. So I brought along my homemade alcohol stove and a package of dehydrated lasagna. It was a quick and easy fix and tasty. There are over 200 miles of trails, hiking and backpacking trails throughout the Cranberry Wilderness, such as this, the Tumbling Rock Trail. It's a 2.5-mile spur trail off of the main river road. These backpacking hiking trails are serious stuff. The trails are well marked at the trailheads and a few places along the trail, but they're not heavily blazed or heavily worn like some other popular trails. And there are guidelines that you must follow, and they're there for a good reason. And back on the river, Richie scored his first rainbow trout on a fly rod. He was pretty excited, and rightly so. And his son Nate was soon to join him to take in the celebration of this first trout. The water of the Cranberry runs nice and cool, clear, and aquatic life flourishes. Downriver, Nate has found success.
Yeah! No, don't grab the line, Nate.
Let him run for a minute. Just let him run for a minute. If you want to tip up, in back here.
Oh, come on, bro.
Get back over here a little bit. Yeah! Woo!
Do another high five because I missed it.
Congratulations, son. Congratulations.
Nate, fine job, buddy.
Yeah,
Hell of a team.
yeah.
Good stuff. That made my trip.
Yep.
Getting the
Well,
kids.
1 for 1. Did not lose
Try
one.
it one more time.
You know what to do
Unless
now.
you guys are...
Oh, you know what to do now. Good morning. It's our last morning here in the Cranberry Wilderness, West Virginia. Our mule wagon will be here a couple hours to pick us up, take us back to the trailhead. But before we leave, we're going to go ahead and take a stab at a couple more trout. We had a pretty good day yesterday, upriver, a few miles. We put down about 8 miles or so as we were in search of some good fishable holes. We found some beautiful water, beautiful scenery. But I'm going to go ahead and take a few casts, see if I can't bring one more trout to hand before we meet our mules. Yesterday, at this very same hole, I lost a real nice brown trout and a real nice rainbow. But today I had not planned to cross the river,
What a man go through for a trout here.
so I didn't have on my wading gear. So I peeled off my shoes and socks, barefooted across there. And even as a kid, I never liked going barefoot. So I may as well have been walking on hot coals. But I did find my way up to the hole.
Yes, he is. Dad.
Well, it's time to head home. We've had a great 3 days down here at the Cranberry Wilderness. Looking forward to coming back. We were able to have a good day, 3 days of good trout fishing. The young man that came along with us, Richard's son Nate, caught his first trout. This was his first attempt at fly fishing. So that's a good, all good stuff. And Richie even caught his first trout on a fly rod in a mountain stream setting such as this. And the big guy, old Big Bob, aka Sasquatch, proved again he's become quite the fly fisherman. I'm real proud of them, all of them, and real thankful for the opportunity that the Lord gave us today, for these 3 days and every day, to partake and participate in His wonderful creations. Sometimes we take these things for granted in our busy days and busy lives, hustle, bustle, and so on. Never enough hours to accomplish what we want to, or to be what we think is successful. So it's extremely important to regain the rhythm of life, if you will. So back to the busy life thing. Probably more now than ever is it super important to unplug so you can reconnect. A great way to do that is go looking for adventure. And if you go looking, step outside of your safe zone, I promise you, you'll find adventure. You'll find it. I think I hear the mule train coming. The mule wagon. It's hard to hear over the sound of this serene river, but I hear him. So our chariot awaits. So next time when Adventure's Found, we're going to another special place, and I'll let you know about that here soon. But until then, God bless you. When you have a chance, guide a kid outside, and to never stop adventuring. And also, very important, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button down there below this screen, this video, and subscribe. Doing so helps support the channel so we can bring you more and more adventures to give you ideas, suggestions, tips, and tricks so you may tackle your own adventures. Well, I better get going now. So, hate to leave. Yeah. These are different ones, aren't they?